Yo, that's not even the buck I saw. Alright, Josh here again with JM Outdoors. I'm in a new location and I've got some property here that I can hunt. I spotted a rub right off the bat, about 10 feet into the woods from the yard. So I'm kind of excited to go check that out. I'm going to do a little bit of scouting and see where the best place is to set up, probably on that rub line. And I'm going to set up my deer camera here. If there's no action tonight, I'm going to set the camera up and leave it down here for several days and see what I can get on the camera, see what's down here, because it's my first time hunting here, so we got to figure out what's here and where the best spots are to sit. So we're going to do some scouting. If you want to tag along. Rub there. Deer tracks right here, going that way. Can't put a stand up because it's so thick. See that rub right there on that big tree right there? It's almost 3 feet up off the ground. So I'm gonna get back here. Look at all this clover. Alright, well this is as far back as I want to go right now. I can see the rub line where it's coming down. It's going down right here. Big rub there. It looks like I can see a rub over here too. If I see a trail where it's going walking down. So I'm gonna sit up against these trees right here. Alright, so I set up. I found a tree that I can sit up against and I can hide behind this right here. I can look to my right. Ahead of me I can see a little bit of the rub line. It's about 30 yards from me over there. It's about 20 yards, maybe 17 yards from me to my left. And I can see through the tree here. I can see the side of the house where that clover is. Where they were walking through the clover right at that entrance where I set up the game camera. That is within sight. So I'm hoping that buck will come up from that way. Come up this line to the edge of that clover. I'm not sure, but I think a deer just blew. Smelt me maybe. Sure couldn't see me. It was too far off. Alright, so I'm headed down to the spot I've got set a deer cam out on a small property. It's 2 acres, and going to check the game camera to see what's there. I've already got a couple pictures of small buck and about a 5-point. He's a smaller buck as well, and then a couple of does. So nothing big, but I'm going down there's a big oak tree that fell, and I'm going to chop that tree up and set up a stand there and see what's on the camera. I adjusted moved the camera to another location on the property on a rub line to see if it's the same, that 5-pointer, or another buck. So time to do both, chop up that tree and put up a stand. So I'm going to put up a stand first, get it set up, see how much time I have left after, see if I can cut that tree out of the way. So I'm at the spot now, and like I say, it's 2 acres, so it's not very big, and it's real thick. So there's a couple places on it that look to me like it could be bedding on it or close. So I haven't been able to look over the whole property yet, but I have found a spot. Looks like there's a lot of trails, and I set a camera up on the one end of the property and one on the other end, and I've got a picture of a nice 5-point and a small buck and several does. So I know where kind of sort of where they're coming through at. So I found a spot to set a stand. So now I'm going to have to clear this tree, but I don't have time to do it today to clear this tree. But part of the branches are where I need to go in to access the tree to set up a stand. So I've started cutting down the branches down on this side, and I'm going to cut a path through to that tree, clear it out so I can climb up in it and get a saddle in there. And the wind's kind of blowing that way, so I kind of get over the trail up high enough they shouldn't smell me, and they come through right here. Now my plan is to clear this tree and put a food plot right here, right where this tree is. Once I get it cut up and cleared out of the way, then I'm going to put a food plot there, and maybe it'll be ready for later this season or for next year. But right now I'm going to set a stand on some heavy worn trails I found in the back and go from there.
this is the tree I'm going to sit in right here. And I've made a trail from the entrance from the middle of the property over to here, and I'm going to set up a camera here and set up some corn over here and hopefully see what's staying in this heavy brush over here. And so right here is a good transition between the big oak trees and thick cover. So they'll be coming through right here quite a bit. So that's my plan. I'm just going to clear out more of this small brush. All this little brush with some clippers and stuff. Alright, so I've cleared out a trail here. I forgot to rake, so can't get all the leaves off of it. I can get through here pretty quiet. This used to be an old hog pen. It looks like we might have a surprise for us. Let me sit out here. You see there? That hole right there in the shed, there's a whole entrance and an exit on that shed right there. Might some groundhogs or some foxes or something. So yeah, we can walk through all the way to the tree. This is the tree we're going to get in. Shooting lane that way. That cleared out over there. We have a shooting lane that way. I'm going to show you this real quick. Real thick cover right here. Looks like we have some poaching maybe. It's a deer. We've got heavy trail. Heavy trails coming that way. Heavy trail that way. Heavy trail this way. With some deer. Deer sign there. It's not real fresh, but still pretty recent. We got this huge tree right here. Huge tree stump uprooted, and this water just sits here. There's deer tracks here all over it. So I'm sure a nice buck comes up through here and just gets water. It's completely surrounded. Completely secluded back here. So I'm excited to sit over here. Whoops. Just shot an arrow by accident. I was checking my range to see where I could shoot, where I can draw at, and just flung an arrow through the sky over there. I would not suggest climbing a tree when you're sick. That's taking breath out of me. train is kind of loud. I've got the, I'm in the stand, finally. Took me a while. Been puny for the past 2 days. I've got the corn that way, and the game camera. I'm on the trail going this way, trail going that way, and the third trail over here. And I cleared out the shoot lane right there. What I could get, there's some more branches I couldn't reach. And then I have that way is that big tree stump at the back of the yard that's holding water. The hole is holding water under the roots. There's a lot of deer tracks going to it, drinking water. I can see that. That's within sight right there. That's frustrating. Get up there, do all that work, clearing that stuff out, and then see nothing. Head back to the house now. But one good thing is, according to the deer cam, they were coming in right at when shooting time's over, and about, which right now is 7:45, and there was a picture right then, and about 10 minutes later. And so I packed up, got in the truck, and then two houses down I saw a deer in their yard, and they were headed that way. So I don't know what it is, but I cannot get any deer in daylight for nothing right now. Even that 8-point I shot at was right at dark. Barely see them. So anyway, better luck next time. Oh man, thank you Lord, thank you Lord. Oh man, I just got everything set up. Just got everything set up. I kept thinking I'm making way too much noise. Way too much noise for this. I heard something walking. I was just stretching, reaching to get my call. I heard something walking over here. There he was. Right there behind me. Oh man. Gotta get down. He's dead. He fell right there behind me. You can see him right there behind me. Thank you, Lord. Whew, I'm behind the tree. I just got my GoPro, my bow camera. I didn't have the mount for my other camera, and it happened pretty fast. So we're gonna go over there and look at the arrow. About 30 yards. It's about a 30-yard shot. And the tree I'm in, those two little trees over there. 30 yards to the arrow, and there's a deer. Right there. Clean pass through. Look at that guy. Oh man. Look at this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-pointer. A little sticker right there on the side. Man. Thank you, Lord. That's not even the buck I saw the other night. Totally different one. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. We'll get this thing tagged and drag him out of here. So, I was worried I wasn't even going to get the deer today. I got up, I set my alarm for 3 o'clock, I think. Got up and then didn't even get out of bed till like 10 till 5. I had an hour-and-a-half drive to get here. And got here right when the sun was coming up. Well, it wasn't quite sunrise, but I still had about maybe 30 minutes. Like, there's no way I can see a deer. And I'm gonna probably spook them all because of where my you know, in my head just now I'm gonna scare all the deer away. And I knew the buck that I was after that I'd seen already was had already gone through on the other side. So I knew I wouldn't spook him. He wouldn't be here. But I was hoping he would circle around later on today, this morning. And it's 8:20 in the morning. It's 32 degrees. We had a cold front come in yesterday, and says I set up on this property here in Lawrence, and this is my second hunt here, I think. This guy, I was making all kinds of noise and I was scared everything away. Got up, situated in the tree saddle. First deer out of a tree saddle, by the way. Completely set up, because I've used a tree saddle and a ladder stand, but not just a tree saddle. And so I climbed this tree with a tree saddle and shot him out of it. He was right behind me, and I was able to stretch around and get a 30-yard shot on him. And so I shot him, and he went to the right and circled back around, back by the arrow, and fell over dead right in front of me. Got it on camera, I think, hopefully. But it was so fast, and I didn't even have I left the base to my other camera in the truck, so I couldn't even set up my other camera. Man, it's 7:30. I said 8:20 in the interview. It's 7:30. My watch hadn't gone back daylight savings time. 7:30. I've only been out here an hour, maybe just over an hour.